Hey everybody, it's just a Saturday and I thought it'd be a good time to break out my cards and kind of reorganize them, get a little acquainted with them, and I thought I might actually do a video. It's been a while since I've done a video. So I just wanted to show you some of my PSA graded card collections. The majority of these are just the normal size PSA slabs. I have some coins and some larger item stuff that I'm not breaking out. But I just wanted to show some of these things off. And I'll start here with the back row here. These are some they're not necessarily all commons, but these are the guys that I don't have a large collection on. Starting with I've got some, all the way 49, some early 50s Bowman and some 53 tops. These are most of my late 50s tops here, 57 all the way up to 59 in that stack. Then you can see my 60s and 61s right there. I mean, I've got some good guys, like that's a Bill Mazeroski rookie and a Brooks Robinson 1960 on to 62 all the way up until looks like a 66 there. Then I've got my 67 and 68s right there. Then some 69, 70 and 71 and 72 there. Then 73 all the way up into 76, then 77 all the way up into 80, and then some of my 80s stuff here with I've got almost all the good rookies from the 80s all the way up to the late 80s, early 90s there, the Chipper Jones and guys like Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, etc. It's not really my wheelhouse though. As you'll see, most of my stuff that I do collect is vintage. Now everything else here that I'm going to show you are, as far as baseball goes, is my player collection. Starting here on the left, these are some of the great pitchers from the late 50s on into the 60s. So my Juan Marichal collection is on point. If you watch it, I have an individual video on it. I pretty much have every Juan Marichal Topps card there ever was, PSA graded. Hoyt Wilhelm is another guy that I collect. It looks like this 53 Bowman is the first one I have. Still looking to get some of his 53 stuff. Ultimately, dream-wise, I would love to have his 52 Topps, but that's a high number series card, very hard to get. But maybe I'll get it one day. Another guy, PC, Jim Bunning here. There's a stack of all his cards. Have pretty much everything of his except his 66 and 67, which are pretty tough. That 67 is in the high number series. 66, I just haven't got around to getting it, so those are two cards I need. And then Don Drysdale, I got all of Don Drysdale's cards. A lot of these cards, I have the rookie cards, but I'm not going to show them here. They're put away somewhere else. So this 58 Drysdale, I have his rookie and a 7. And then here's all his cards. I'm actually missing some, I think his 68 card and his 69 card and his 67 card, but pretty much have everything else. Then Jim Gaylord Perry, I focused mostly on his pre-1980s cards. So I think I actually have everything up to 1977 on him, with the exception of his high-numbered 66 card. Then Jim Palmer, I have every one of his cards going on up into 1980. Steve Carlton, the same. Ferguson Jenkins, the same. Don Sutton, I might be missing, I think, his 74 card. Not a difficult one to get, but another guy, PC. And then on to my massive Nolan Ryan collection. I pretty much have every Nolan Ryan Topps card all the way up into the late 80s when I kind of lose interest collecting on it. So everything you see on this large stack is 60s and 70s. I have his rookie card as well, put away somewhere else safer than here in my room. And then 80s cards right there. Those are all 80s Nolan Ryan cards. A few of the early 90s ones as well. Then going back to a little bit more old school vintage, here is my Robin Roberts collection that I have. All his cards. I have a really nice run of his. I have his rookie as well as this early win on the right. I have his rookie from 49 as well. Those are the early win cards. Then Richie Ashburn, I don't have his 49 rookie because it's a short print, so I start here with his 1950 Bowman. I have pretty much all his stuff. There's just a few pieces that I need to get in that collection. Would love to have that 49 rookie, but it is a super expensive high print. And then Gil Hodges as well. Not a Hall of Famer, but still one of my favorite players from that era on that Dodger team. Those great Dodger teams of the 40s, 50s, and I guess you could say even in the 60s when he was with the team when they moved to LA. Then Monte Irving, I've got a really nice little Monte Irving collection. His cards are just beautiful. I love the imagery on Monte Irving cards. He was just a player that was a former Negro player back in the Negro League, and then came back in the late 40s, I want to say early 50s. So 51 is his rookie year. This is his rookie Bowman. Have his rookie tops as well, and several of his cards. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in the major league since he was already older when he came in, but he is a Hall of Famer and a player I really like. Then my Al Kaline collection, have his rookie as well. Cepeda with his rookie as well. Lou Brock collection, missing quite a few, not quite a few, but a few pieces from the Lou Brock collection. But not important pieces. I guess I could still get his, I need a 63 and a 64, and I'll have all his cards from the 60s at least. And there's just a few pieces from the 70s I need as well. And then Pete Rose, I have almost everything of Pete Rose after 1966. So, don't have his rookie 64 or 65, but everything after 66, that's a nice 66 right there, and a Nearman 7, and all nice grades on those two, on that nice Pete Rose collection. And another member of his on that big red machine, the Joe Morgan. Have everything of Joe Morgan except his 66 card, his second year card, which is difficult to get. I just haven't got around to getting it. And then one of my favorite hitters of all time, Rod Carew. Love his card, man. This 68 card, they use the same picture in 69 for the decal edge and for his regular card. But that's a really cool image. I've always liked that image. Have his rookie as well. But there's a nice stack of Rod Carew. Have pretty much everything of the 60s and 70s of Rod Carew. And then Mike Schmidt, minus his rookie that I have somewhere else. All his cards from the 70s all the way up into the early 80s. And then here's some random Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. I have put on display in my room here, maybe I'll pan to it at the end, a bunch of my Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and Roberto Clemente cards. And then I want to move over here to the guys I really PC. My best collection is my Bob Gibson collection, minus his rookie that I have stored away somewhere else. 1960 all the way up to 75. I have pretty much, and I'm down to just about, I mean, some really rare stuff that I'd have to do to get every single Bob Gibson, but I pretty much have them all. That 1969 401, oh yeah, that's extremely rare. And then on here, this Frank Robinson collection, 2 stacks deep as well, a little bit smaller than my Bob Gibson collection, but he's probably my second main PC guy. I have all his top stuff, pretty much everything from his his early managerial career, and just in that 77 team card for the Indians. I have everything tops related on that. Willie McCovey collection, second only to my Frank Robinson as far as hitters. Then also the Ernie Banks collection. I have every single Ernie Banks top card that was ever made during his playing career. Then I want to show a little bit about basketball and football. Got some old vintage basketball, some Pete Maravich, Alvin Hayes, 2 of the guys I PC. And then some 80s cards. I have a lot of 86 Fleer, 87 Fleer, 88 Fleer, 89 Fleer, etc. And some old vintage football, and then a lot of 80s rookies for my the guys that I grew up watching and enjoying playing the game. I don't mind my sock there. And then just some oversized cards too. All those are 76 basketball on the left, and then some odds and end baseball on the right with some oddball size cards. That's pretty much it. Actually, let me pan real quick. I'll show you my display. Got a couple Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, and I got another one of these two over here on a shelf. But just wanted to show you guys that. Hope you enjoy the video. Once again, everyone, appreciate posting comments below, and I'll talk to you again later.